Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Innovations and inventions can bring money. So this is more like the old school business style type of talk. I'm gonna tell you what, being able to innovate something or just invent something new is a very great money source if you follow through. Like, first with innovations, if you can just take some type of process or even an invention or something and make it better or do something similar, you can make a lot of money. Now, it's important when you do the innovations, like if you innovate some type of invention or make it work better or something, one of the first things you're going to need to do is check the trademarks and copyrights and all of that, patents and everything on that. Because you got to check any laws with regard to it, right? Or if it's something that's not really patented or anything, it could be anything. It could be a way of cooking something, right? It could be a way of cooking something or just doing something a different way. There's like one innovation. Sometimes you'll have personal trainers that develop a different way of doing certain exercises. A lot of exercises that we see out here are just innovations. You know, it could do something, or they'll say, well, okay, do these push-ups like this way, or do them like this, do some stretches like this, or maybe some type of training program. It could be that, it could be making food a certain way, cooking food a certain way. Or, you know what, an innovation could be coming up with a new recipe or something, a new way of just anything, a new way. It could bring you money. Now, it's important, definitely make sure that, like, if it's some type of you changing something that already exists, like some physical thing, check the patents on it. Check the patents. If there's no real patents on it, or if it's something so general or exercise or whatever, make sure you ain't infringing on something, because you do something like that, you can't get sued. You can get sued or cease or desist. Or sometimes, believe it or not, sometimes people make innovations and they work for a particular company or something, whatever the case. Or you could do something like, I can't remember this guy, but he made a different type of pillow. Now, you can't really patent a pillow, but he could maybe patent the style of which he did it, right? But it's made him some money. Now that gets into inventions. Inventions. We got a lot of inventors out there. And I remember one guy, he told me about something and he made me sign something. I can't talk about it exactly. But I actually saw the particular thing in advertising. I ain't gonna say what it is because I still don't know. I still don't know if he's behind it. I never got a chance to like look at it. But I remember I saw the exact same thing, that he drew something for me and everything. He made me sign something. But I was just like, oh, you know what? That's a great idea. And there I've actually seen it. Now, the thing is, I don't know. See, one thing with inventions, here's the thing. If you're an inventor or you got an idea about something, first thing, don't tell anybody. Do not tell anybody. Or if you have to tell somebody, maybe to get a part or get something or get some idea, don't tell them the whole picture. And if you do, for whatever reason, have to tell them the whole picture, get a document, maybe find an attorney, draft a document. And technically, all you need to do is just write something and say, where the person writes down, they promise not to say anything, And if you want to really go far, get it notarized. If you really want to go for it, get it notarized, right? So, but keep it to yourself. Like with inventions, once you create it, definitely get it patented. If it's a serious, like some physical thing, get it patented. The process and everything, get a patent on it, get a trademark, copyright if it's not that, as best as possible. Check for it. Well, one, check on it, make sure it's not already out there somewhere. Because usually, I'm gonna tell you what, sometimes I'll think about something and it's like, oh, that's not out there yet. You know? And it's like, oh, okay. Well, if I was more of an inventor, I'd do it, right? But see, once you get that invention, if it's a useful invention that somebody need, boom, they can make a lot of money. In fact, I'm gonna throw one out there now: an antiperspirant that doesn't have aluminum in it. Now they got deodorants that don't have aluminum, but if you more of a sweaty person, you need something for it. But then a lot of people don't like the aluminum. You get deodorants with no aluminum, but as someone, as someone in a natural place pointed out, it's hard to find. It's virtually impossible. Or virtually, no, I actually saw something. There's no places with aluminum-free antiperspirants. But say somebody can invent that, though. I'm going to throw it out there. What if chemists or something could come up with something? And it's like, oh, well, okay, this will keep you from sweating and shoot. That's a lot of money. And that's just one thing. It could, anything, like if you invent something to really make money off of it, it needs to be that type of thing that people need. Because sometimes I'm gonna tell you what. Sometimes people invent what in retail is known as tchotchke gifts. They like some fun thing. You usually see them around Christmas or something, and it could get you some money depending on the situation. But it's more of a hit and miss. Like the best inventions, the best innovations is stuff that people can actually use. That they can actually use, not something that they will get. It's like in that essence. Think of the word essential. Like if you have a new way of creating soap or something. You have a new way of creating soap. People got to wash their ass. So whatever the case, whatever, like if you want to innovate something or have an invention or something, do it. Because that's the thing, just going through life, we always need new things. If you can get, I don't know, something as simple. And I think they have these pillows that always stay cold. I mean, seriously. I mean, it don't matter. But like when you do it, be sure, make sure, keep on your P's and Q's. Like I said, don't tell anybody any more than you need to. Just tell them a part of it. Even if they insist, even if it's a family member. I'm going to tell you what, a lot of people have lost out on something. Like an idea, a game or something, because they didn't copyright it. Like I'll give you an example. My mother, may her spirit rest in peace. I remember her and my grandmother told me, like my mother had an idea for a game show. And she sent it out to California. She sent it someplace in California. Right? And she didn't copyright it, anything like that. She didn't hear back from the people. But then a few years later, she saw that game show. Now, that's not to say somebody else didn't come up with that idea, but, what if they got the idea from her? What if? We never really know. But see, that's the thing. Always document, just copyright. If you got an idea, copyright it. Make sure trademark it, get a patent on it, always. So that's all I have for today. Let's go make that money.